Wash your hands in clean water. Wash your hands, wet them with the water. Wash your hands, now add some soap. Scrub your hands in the soap and water. Scrub above and below between the fingers too. Scrub under your nails and scrub-a-dub-a-doo. Rinse your hands in water. Rinse them clean, rinse away the soap. Dry your hands and go.
Achille, why do we wash our hands?
To wash away the germs.
Achille, what are germs?
They're like tiny little bugs on your hands and they can make you sick.
But I don't see any germs on my hand.
That's because they're so tiny that you can't even see them.
Oh wow! I want to wash the germs away. Will you wash your hands with me, Achille?
Of course! Wash your hands in clean water. Wash your hands, wet them with the water. Wash your hands, now add some soap. Scrub your hands in the soap and water. Scrub above and below between the fingers too. Scrub under your nails and scrub-a-dub-a-doo. Rinse your hands in water. Rinse them clean, rinse away the soap. Dry your hands and go. Great job, Haruma! Can you tell me the 4 things we did to wash our hands?
I can try.
1.
Wash our hands with water.
2.
Put soap on our hands.
3.
Scrub our hands all over.
4.
Rinse our hands clean with water.
That's right! You got it! Wash your hands, wash the germs away.
In the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, information management is key.
I'm Cyril Stober.
Fatima Umar Buba.
Joseph Johnson.
Ian Ray John.
Muhammad Kudu Abubakar.
Jumbo Yusuf.
My name is Kirian Umaya.
Here in NTA, we're working very hard to make sure that everything we broadcast is accurate and up to date. Misinformation spreads very fast.
The social media has been a huge conveyor of misleading information from one individual to another, then to another set of groups. In a short while, it goes viral, and before you know it, it is all.
After 5 days working visit to Daura, President Buhari returns to base.
Across the 3 states, the grant will reduce the number of out-of-school children.
Out-of-school children, Nigeria received $20 million grant. Plus, Senate President lists recipe for national development.
The strategic leader will be tasked to no end to be ingenious and solution-driven.
Hello and welcome to NTA Network News. We are reaching you live from Abuja. I am Juma Yusuf. Reading with me tonight, Dotun is in Lagos and Mina will join us later from our Enugu Network Center. It's a pleasure to have you join us. We'll begin with the presidency. President Muhammadu Buhari is back in Abuja after a 5-day official visit to Daura, Katsina State. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports that the president was received on arrival at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport by his Chief of Staff, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, and the Minister of the FCT, Mohammed Musa Bello. Others were the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, Director General Department of State Services, and other senior government officials. While in Daura, President Buhari flagged off the membership registration and revalidation exercise of the APC. The exercise now taking place simultaneously in all the electoral wards across the 36 states of the Federation, and the FCT is aimed at improving the support base of the governing party nationwide. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, speaks more on the significance of the exercise.
Something is happening in the country today which has not been witnessed in the history of this country's democracy. There's a big vision, major principle behind what the president has led the party into doing. The president and the leadership of the party are giving back the party, are giving it back to the people. Look, this country's politics has been a top-bottom thing. Instructions came from the top, and people were directed as to what to do, who to choose, who to vote for. We are reversing that process. The people, the masses of our people, at the bottom of the ladder, they have been empowered, they are being empowered to generate the energy that will produce leadership up to the national level. So as the president said, you can no longer look to Abuja or government house for ticket, no more free ticket. Go to the people, you get it there. So why did the president go home? It is because it's a major development. I don't want to call it a revolution, but it's something very close to that. And I think that Nigerians need to appreciate the significance of what the APC is doing. Democracy is a government of the people, by the people, for the people. APC is saying, okay, we're giving back ourselves to the people.
Now, ahead of African Union elections scheduled to take place during the 58th summit in Addis Ababa, heads of state and government of the ECOWAS community have gently conceded the position of AU Commissioner for Peace and Security to Nigeria. Similarly, on the request of President Muhammadu Buhari, the next chair of ECOWAS has been allocated to Senegal, among two other contending countries. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo represented the president at the virtual extraordinary meeting chaired by ECOWAS chairman and Ghana President Nana Akufo-Addo. Both Minister of Foreign Affairs Geoffrey Onyema and the Minister of State Ambassador Zubairu Dada spoke to House correspondent Jide Onifade after the meeting.
Ghana had a candidate for deputy chair of the organization. Burkina Faso had a candidate who is an incumbent to let our candidate go through for the same commissioner position, and about 3 or 4 other countries also had commissioners candidates for these positions, and because of the huge respect they have for Mr. President, they all today stood their candidates down. Now, ordinarily, West Africa should have 2 candidates, right? But one must be male and one must be female. So the whole slate has been cleared just for Nigeria to go and for ECOWAS countries to support Nigeria.
We must appreciate what it is that we have, because others do appreciate that we have so much to offer. And yet we continue to run our country down. We tend to underrate ourselves, we underrate our capacity. What this is telling us is that we must be patriotic, we must take Nigeria to a level higher than it is.
Leadership problem, perhaps the most cited reason for underdevelopment in Africa, was revisited at the National Defense College Course 29 lecture series. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, drew the attention of leaders in Nigeria, especially the participants, to the need for national peace and unity through strategic leadership. Ignatius Unko reports.
President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, was invited to share his leadership experience with the National Defense College Course 29 participants as guest lecturer. The focal point was on strategic political leadership and its derivatives.
The strategic leader will be tasked to no end to be ingenious and solution-driven.
Drawing from his personal experiences at the National Assembly since 1999, he harped on harmony and unity of purpose among leaders as the greatest tool for national development.
That as a country, Nigeria is heterogeneous. And as leaders, We must ensure that we weave the diversity into our strength, that we are able to create and sustain unity to engender peace and progress.
Responding to some questions bordering on national economy, Senator Lawan supported a 5-year economic plan for Nigeria, fully mechanized agricultural sector, and the provision of more employment opportunities by the private sector.
Let's make our agricultural sector in Nigeria provide us with food security. We need to feed ourselves from what we produce.
Some of the participants followed the lecture virtually in compliance with COVID-19 protocols. From the National Defense College, Abuja, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
To Labour matters now, the meeting to review and adapt the committee works on the twin increase of petroleum, motor spirit and electricity tariff has resolved to meet in 3 weeks. This is to enable the organised labour time to study the recommendations submitted by the committees, although the Committee on Electricity Tariff is yet to finish their own technical report, which is expected in a week's time.
The Committee on Petroleum Pricing have finished their work. They have sent in the reports. We received the report and adopted the report. So Labour asked for some time to go and subject the reports to their various organs. It's a technical report.
We are coming back at the end of 21 days after Labour has taken time to look at the report, and I'm sure we will get a landing on the matter. Already the committee has suggested, made some recommendations, far-reaching recommendations, which I believe are quite acceptable, but well, it all depends on Labour.
We accepted the report as a working document. So we have gone through the report and we found out that there are some elements in the report that certainly we need to interrogate the report very well, because part of the report is what we refer to as the regulation, but which is based on import-driven deregulation, which means that some of the variables, that is exchange rate, inflation, and the price of crude oil at the international market will continue to drive the process of price modulation. And we thought that that may be a cycle that will not have an end, and therefore we need to do a broader consultation and come up with something that we think can be beneficial both to Nigerian workers and Nigerians as a whole.
Correspondent Emmanuel Anyimiro reports that the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, as well as the organised labour, are hopeful that year 2021 will bring luck to Nigerians instead of challenges. In a related development, the federal government has moved a step further to avert another round of strike in the nation's universities. At a reconciliatory meeting between government and university non-teaching staff, Kelvin Ohone reports that both parties agreed to set up a joint committee to look at the contentious issues of discrepancies in payment of earned allowances and issues relating to IPPIS implementation.
The instance of the unions, they ask that they take back some of these our agreements to their members and then come back to us for further discussions on the issues raised. Government side request, so we agree, and to communicate us their possible dates for the next meeting in the next 48 hours.
Clearly, the program or the agenda of the meeting has not been exhausted, so there are still issues to be addressed.
Time now to take a break. The news continues shortly. Don't go away.
Hey guys, making music for you is so easy for me to do. But you know what else is super easy to do? Linking your NIN to your Glow line by dialing *109*NIN hash. Or I can call 109 from my Glow line and follow the instructions. And if I don't want to call, I can text my NIN to 109. I can even visit glowworld.com/NIN. And what if you've forgotten your NIN? All you have to do is dial *346# and Glow will help you remember it. Someone may ask, what if I haven't registered? All you have to do is go into the nearest Glow World and we'll help you register. It's that easy. So don't get disconnected from all of the amazing voice and data offers from Glow. Linking your NIN to your Glow lines is simple, safe, and 100% free with zero hassles.
The Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, FNCS, FBCS, FIIM, cordially invites you to the groundbreaking ceremony of the National Digital Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center on Thursday, 4th February 2021 by 12 p.m. behind Bolingo Hotel, Central Area, Abuja. The center, aimed at creating an innovative ecosystem, will focus on building an enabling environment that would inspire, connect, and support technology startups, entrepreneurs, and businesses towards innovations and indigenization of technologies. It will be equipped with state-of-the-art facilities that will catalyze innovations by all stakeholders, thereby stimulating economic vitality to create jobs for Nigeria's teeming youths. This is another giant stride of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration towards realizing the vision of transforming Nigeria into a leading digital economy, providing quality life and opportunities for all. Attendance is strictly by invitation in compliance with COVID-19 regulations. Announcer Kashifu Inuwa Abdullahi, CCIE Director General, NITA.
I've been looking at you from across the way, and I think about you almost every day. Now I think that I must have a crush on you. I hope that you feel it too. Take my hand, you and me in la la land.
It's the natural ingredients and rich flavor of Knorr that brings people together.
Mommy is ready to receive me a bundle of joy. Mommy is making my home cleaner and safer. We are Dettol sure. Daddy is home. He must be germ-free. He needs to be Dettol sure. My clothes are so nice. We are Dettol sure.
Illnesses can happen at home too. That's why Dettol and me together will make my baby's home safe and to protect from up to 100 illness-causing germs. That's why moms want to be Dettol. Dettol Sure.
We are Dettol sure.
It is morning. A new beginning. As you prepare everyone for the day ahead, just anything is not enough. Only you make breakfast special, creamy, tasty, with vitamins and nutrients we need for a delightful, healthy start.
So start your day right with Hollandia Evap.
Right nutrients for a healthy breakfast.
I bring you wonderful news. The village headmaster is coming back to your screen. Mo wire abi mi o wire.
Teacher no more. A fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ. Teacher jọ̀wọ́. A fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ. Ọmọ onírẹsì ti dé.
Ajebo na better school for last gidi. Not be all this on a rugged school for Ijabi. I don't know for you.
Second, it's called Oja Village. Kadesi. We know happy at all.
And I know that even you too, you are getting a lot of orders too. We are trying, Shao. Sweep her leg out. She was standing there. Sweep it.
I love you so much.
And how did I give you the impression that I was interested in that position?
50-year anniversary.
You mean anniversary?
I mean, it's not I talk with that now.
Not for me.
You want me to die?
Not for me because of Pamio.
Arsenal will seek revenge against Aston Villa after their loss to their opponents at the Emirates Stadium last time out. Will they succeed, or will Villa do the double over the Gunners this season? Find out this Saturday when Aston Villa welcome Arsenal to Villa Park on the Premier League Live, showing on the NTA network from 1 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Axis Bank, Babai Jebu, Lipton, and Close Up, in association with Go.com.
Thanks for joining us. Now, if you remember, tomorrow, 3rd of February, will make it 2 years since the helicopter crash involving Vice President Yemi Osinbajo during the 2019 presidential election campaign in Kogi State. Looking back now, State House correspondent Jide Onifade asked the Vice President how he feels about the incident 2 years after.
This would have been the second anniversary of my passing on, but as God ordained it, it's actually the second anniversary of Thanksgiving and victory. So all one can say is I just thank the Almighty God for preserving my life and the life of 11 others who are with me.
The Vice President also speaks on making sacrifices for the betterment of the country and its people.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Everything that I believe that, you know, I mean, look at soldiers and so many others who have laid down their lives for the country and for the good of the country. Our country is very well worth any kind of sacrifice. Our country is well worth it. And those of us who put ourselves forward for any kind of leadership must accept that, and that, you know, our country is well worth it. Look at the number of young men and women every day, policemen, soldiers, you know, civil defense people, even civilian joint task force, who put their lives on the line regularly for the safety and security of this country. I think that all of them, you know, not only deserve our commendation, but they are also exemplars of what it is or how it is that we should relate to our country and whatever it is that affects our country. All of the sacrifice that is made is well worth it.
A special care center for the State House community has been inaugurated. The center is expected to be upgraded to a COVID-19 testing laboratory. Again, State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
Speaking at the inauguration of the Special Care Center, the Secretary to Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, says the Buhari administration is using the challenges posed by the pandemic as an opportunity to change Nigeria's health infrastructure.
Nigerian health infrastructure must change for the good. That must happen. It has created problems for us. It has posed challenges. But let's use this opportunity and turn around our health infrastructure so that other pandemics will come in the future. We will not be caught with our pants down.
He commends President Muhammadu Buhari for approving resources for new health infrastructure, noting that through the PTF, the 2021 budget made provision for the establishment of at least one oxygen production plant in all the states of the Federation, as well as a 10-bed intensive care unit. Boss Mustafa also speaks on the efficacy and safety of COVID-19 vaccines to be procured for Nigeria, stating that the federal government will continue to encourage Nigerians to get vaccinated.
To Nigerians is that, yes, there are conspiracy theories all over the place, but we will do the best we can. And you have responsibilities as people come to you, as doctors, to explain to them that these vaccines are safe, they are effective, and they are for our benefit.
Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, while inaugurating the special center, says as a center of excellence, people should be able to get the best from the facility.
The fight against COVID-19 has to begin with the mind, the mindset, to the recognition that this is real, this is non-discriminatory, and we must respond to it together and in a very effective manner.
The major thing is we want to be a COVID-19 testing center. Every week we test our staff in the office, the media people, the protocol people, the civil servants, the security people, everyone. It's a huge task. If we have a center deployed here for us to test directly, it makes it easier for
Nigerians, they say, must do whatever it takes to protect themselves. Jide Onifade, NTA News.
Thank you, Judy. Now, let's bring you up to speed with other reports. Following a court order to shut the popular UTC Mug Shopping Plaza and the Wise Market over breach of COVID-19 protocols, the commercial centers have remained closed as of Tuesday morning, with traders hovering around the vicinity. Abdullahi Ajia, who monitored the situation, however, reports that the traders are appealing for leniency from the FCT authority.
The Area 7 shopping center here, popularly known as the UTC, and the one opposite it here, the Mock Shopping Plaza, are two commercial nerve centers in the nation's capital that provide serious economic ventures on a daily basis. As we speak, the security are here to ensure compliance of the court order given yesterday by a mobile court over failure to comply with COVID-19 protocols around these shopping plazas.
The traders who were caught in the web of the law enforcement order were seen in clusters, lamenting and counting their losses as a result of the development.
We have done wrong, The government is actually trying to help us say wear face masks.
There are some works that are pending in our shops here. And those works, there are times for those jobs to be delivered.
Everybody have learned now. We have to abide it because it's for our own good and safe.
The Wuse Market is one of the commercial centers affected by the mobile court order yesterday to be shut down as a result of non-compliance to the COVID-19 protocols. As we speak this morning, security agents in their numbers are here to ensure compliance that nobody goes into the market.
The situation at the Wuse Market leaves much to be desired as the traders loitered around the market.
Anywhere there is non-compliance, in line with the law, in line with the presidential order, there will be punitive measures against that environment. And we are all in that agreement. So they came yesterday, they found lapses, they shut down the market. We have asked all traders to disperse, not to further spread COVID-19.
The traders in all the affected markets said they have learnt their lessons, adding that measures are already being put in place even before the 3-day seal-off elapsed. Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
The capacity of every nation to prosper largely relies on the existence of an objective and unbiased media organization saddled with a mandate for strengthening national integration and sustainable development. This, the Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation says the Nigerian Television Authority has exemplified through its excellent reportage and program contents. Abubakar Usman Akwanga reports that this came to the fore during the visit of the Memorial Foundation on NTA management.
The generational impacts of the legacies of the late Premier of the defunct Northern Region, Sir Ahmadu Bello, fondly called the Sardauna Sokoto, is one that many desire leaders of today to emulate. And that is what the Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation advocates to inspire present leaders, carry out community projects, and offer scholarships across northern states. On this visit, the foundation is seeking NTA's partnership to succeed.
The organization being a foremost team in projecting the corporate existence of Nigeria, we hope this partnership will deliver the desired results.
Director General Nigerian Television Authority NTA Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, who appreciated the visit, promised to offer NTA platforms to all progressive organizations for the promotion of peace and development in the country.
And we should pay special attention again to the fight against the forces of disintegration.
The Director General appealed to members of the foundation to join the campaign against the spread of coronavirus pandemic and support security personnel in the front line for the return of lasting peace in the country. In Abuja, Abubakar Usman Akwanga, NTA News.
Time now for business news with Benny Adams. Benny, the markets just started, first, second. This Tuesday today. Is it bullish or bearish? What are we looking at?
Well, the stocks are bearish, but there is hope that there's going to be a rebound, not just for the stocks, but also for oil demand globally.
Hopefully.
Sure. Welcome to Business News. The outlook for oil remains brighter in the non-Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development region, with demand estimated to rise by 3.3 million barrels per day to around 51.2 million barrels per day. The Secretary General of OPEC, Mohamed Sanusi Barkindo, made the revelation at the 48th meeting of the Joint Technical Committee meeting of OPEC in Vienna, Austria, citing the global economic growth forecast of 4.4% in 2021, which is a substantial shift from 4.1% last year. The OPEC boss said, despite the demand uncertainty caused by risks of more virulent variants of the coronavirus forcing extension of lockdowns, he is hopeful that 2021 will be a good year for overall demand.
By nearly 8%, and the OPEC basket as well, also by 8% since the beginning of January. Demand for oil is now forecast at 95.9 million barrels a day this year, up 5.6 million barrels a day compared to last year.
Noted that the declaration of cooperation is restoring confidence and balance in the global oil market for both producing and consuming countries. And now to the capital market, investors lose 164.31 billion naira as NSE ASI dips further by 0.74% amid increased sell pressure. The market closed negative at 42,043.79 basis points, dipping 0.74 as against 0.13% depreciation recorded previously. Market breadth closed negative as Champion led 8 gainers as against 49 losers, topped by Link Assure. At the end of today's session, an unimproved performance when compared with previous outlook. Market's turnover closes negative as volume moved down by 5.25% as against 12.40% downtick recorded in the previous session. UBN, Transcorp, and FBNH were the most active to boost market turnover. Zenith Bank and UBN topped market value list. Consols list the list of active stocks that recorded impressive volume spike at the end of today's session. And in comparison to other global exchanges, the sentiment appeared mixed as some of the major indices are currently trading in green while some are in red. Well, that's business news from here. Is over to you, Jumai.
Thank you, Benny.
Yeah.
Moving on now, Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has warned ethnic groups laying claim to the ownership of the Niger Delta Development Commission to desist forthwith, as the agency belongs to all stakeholders in the region. The governor stated this when he played host to the interim management of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, led by its interim administrator and chief executive officer, Effiam Akwa, at the Government House, Port Harcourt. Ogidi Nyekwere reports.
At the head of the delegation is the interim administrator and chief executive officer of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Effiam Akwa. He is in Government House to seek collaboration with the Rivers State government on the development of the state and the Niger Delta region at large.
It is impertinent to state that the Commission has enjoyed a good working relationship with the government and people of Rivers State under the leadership of Your Excellency, which we promise to sustain. Your Excellency, sir, as a widely regarded project-oriented governor, we believe that NDDC can do more in terms of deliverables for the people of Rivers State, people of Niger Delta, through a robust relationship. and partnership with your government.
Focusing on the mandates of the Commission and collaboration with key stakeholders in the Niger Delta region will accelerate the desired development of the region.
When you are firm and you are doing the right thing, you will see that even if they say you should go tomorrow, you will feel it because you are conscious. Will tell you, I've done the right thing. So the way you have started, if you continue this way, the governors of the Niger Delta will support you.
Afterwards, the interim administrator and chief executive officer, Efyong Akwa, donated 6 waste disposal trucks to the River State government as part of their corporate social responsibility, a gesture which the governor described as historic. Enjoining the interim management to also reach out to other state governments in the region. In Port Harcourt, Ogedinyekwe, NTA News.
The federal government's desire to provide critical infrastructure in border communities across the country has begun to manifest. This follows the inauguration of power supply project in the Ikolaje community of Ipokia local government area of Ogun State by the Border Communities Development Agency. Yemi Delamo now reports on these and other projects of the agency in the state.
For over 11 years, residents of Idiroko, a border community in Ipokia local government area of Ogun State, had been in darkness due to a faulty 11 kVA transformer in the community. The situation, no doubt, has affected economic activities in the community, which led to rural-urban migration of the youths. To reverse the trend and make electricity supply available in the area, the Border Community Development Agency, which has mandate to improve infrastructure within border communities, came to the rescue of the people through the provision of a new transformer.
Our being here is to not only commission this project, but identify other needs of the community going forward.
We are all happy to receive him, and we know he will do more for us because he has seen more of items we needed.
The team, while in Imeko border community, assured the Onimeko of Imeko land, Oba Benjamin Olanite, and the residents that work on the proposed 4 acres land border market in Imeko will soon commence as the project was captured in the agency's 2021 budget. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalimo, NTA News.
And Dotun joins us from Lagos with the next set of reports. Hello, Dotun. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Jumai. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Murtala Mohammed International Airport Command, has arrested a suspect in possession of hard drugs weighing 3.30 kilograms. The suspect was nabbed on arrival from Sao Paulo on board Ethiopian airline. Abolade Salami reports.
As drug peddlers continue to introduce various dubious means of trafficking cocaine and heroin into the country, the Drug Law Enforcement Agency has been serving as a brick wall to prevent the substance from gaining access into the country.
I'm sure it must have been done in a small...
Most surprisingly of this arrest is the manner in which the substance was concealed in embroidered polo shirts, which officers and men of the command discovered during clearance at the E-Arrival Lounge of the airport.
He was intercepted by my officers, and he was taken for body scan, which was negative. But when his bag was searched, he cleverly concealed on pill test what we discovered to be cocaine, weighing about 3.30 kilograms.
The suspect during investigation denied knowledge of knowing what was packed in the check-in luggage he alleged was given to him by his friend to deliver.
Not selling the cloth, the arrangement was that this thing was for me to bring the luggage, and his family will call me to come and pick the luggage from me, that he bought clothes for his children and his wife and his family.
The agency says it will not relent in its efforts at eliminating drug trafficking in Nigeria. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
Containing the second wave of COVID-19 is still the major concern in Nigeria, and government as well as key players in the health sector are working round the clock to ensure victory. Hinginunjan Adams examines strategies on ground to ensure that the virus is pushed out of the country.
It is almost a year now that Nigeria joined the battle against the coronavirus pandemic. When cases of COVID-19 went down during the first surge, which led to closure of some isolation centers, Nigerians heaved a sigh of relief. The celebration was cut short with the beginning of the second wave.
It's not over, but we need to redouble our efforts if we must tame this in the shortest possible time.
The battle against the virus is still on, with government strategizing to ensure that the nation is free from the unseen common enemy. Just recently, President Muhammadu Buhari signed an executive order which makes wearing of face masks in public places compulsory. But some Lagosians are still not taking it serious.
Anyway, I forgot my one at home. That was why I didn't come up with it.
We need to look at our initial prevention practices, the non-pharmaceutical intervention.
There were fears before schools resumed about exposing pupils and students to the virus. But stakeholders in the sector say there is no cause for alarm.
The Lagos State government has provided face masks for all the pupils and teachers. We have trained all our teachers.
As the country continues to fight coronavirus, medical experts say enforcement of the recently signed executive order by the president is imperative in this journey. In Lagos, Hingino John Adams, NTA News.
And that's it from here. We'll take a break. Network News continues shortly.
Introducing evaporated milk that contains all the nourishment of milk, including high calcium, 7B vitamins, vitamin D3, phosphorus, magnesium, and 50% less fat. It comes in 3-pack sizes, and the 60-gram pack is only 50 naira.
Hollandia Slim Evaporated Milk. All the nourishment of milk, 50% less fat.
Illnesses can happen at home too. That's why Dettol and me together will make my baby's home safe and to protect from up to 100 illness-causing germs. That's why moms want to be Dettol. Dettol Sure.
We are Dettol, Dettol Sure.
This is the Wilson family last week. This is the Wilson family this week. What's changed?
What?
The Wilson family got maximum entertainment for less, and now they're closer than ever. Your family can be too.
How does this work?
With world-class international channels that put the quality back in your quality time.
That's what I'm talking about.
GoTV Max will bring you and your family closer in no time. So upgrade to GoTV Max for only 2,999 naira today. Make you enjoy. GoTV. Love it.
Arsenal will seek revenge against Aston Villa after their loss to their opponents at the Emirates Stadium last time out. Will they succeed, or will Villa do the double over the Gunners this season? Find out this Saturday when Aston Villa welcome Arsenal to Villa Park on the Premier League Live, showing on the NTA network from 1 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Axis Bank, Babai Jebu, Lipton, and Close Up, in association with Gold.com.
Life can be very eventful. We curiously expect things to happen, even when we don't know what. Our human nature makes us like and repost lots of information. Some are unverified, inciting anger and hate. Sometimes innocently, other times the urge to break it first. This, in most cases, has caused destruction in many nations.
You're welcome back. The Ministry of Education is not relenting in its quest to further slash the alarming figure of out-of-school children in the country. To further support these goals, the Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, officially flagged off the implementation of $20 million accelerated funding granted by Global Partnership for Education for Borno, Yobe and Adamawa states. Abdullahi Musa Sileja reports.
For a long time, Nigeria has battled with a rising number of out-of-school children, which was more than 10 million. But recently, the Minister of Education at annual media briefing announced that the concerted efforts carried out between 2019 and 2020 successfully cut the figure down to less than 7 million. Although there are many factors responsible for the spike, it was, however, observed that insurgency in the northeast is another major cause for the out-of-school children in Nigeria. Now, 3 states in that region are targeted with a $20 billion support.
Across the 3 states, the grant will reduce the number of out-of-school children, establish robust teaching preparations, teachers' professional development and their recruitment systems, and also address protection issues.
And it is our belief that together, through this partnership, all girls and all boys in the 3 states will be able to learn and become a positive influence on society.
The number of out-of-school children in my state initially is up to 2 million, but this time around has reduced drastically to negligible number.
In another development, the 2020 nomination interview for Commonwealth Scholarship and Fellowship Plan has been inaugurated by the ministry.
We are competing with all other candidates from the 54 Commonwealth countries. No candidate should go to their governors and senators and all that to put pressure on the PAMSEC or on the minister.
The program could not hold last year due to the global effect of the coronavirus. Abdullahi Musa Sleja, NTA News.
The former chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Baba Abubakar, has officially bowed out with a fly-out ceremony signaling the end of his tenure as Air Chief. Correspondent Naja'atu Tijani reports.
In Air Force tradition, the fly-out ceremony pays compliment to the reviewing officer, in this case the former Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar. It is a way of recognizing his contribution and sending him forth with honor. With this parade, all is set for the 20th Chief of the Air Staff to formally fly out.
I enjoin you all to extend the support you extended to me, or even more, to my successor, and urge you all to keep on giving your best in the service of our great country.
From the time of the first Chief of the Air Staff, Colonel Gerhard Katz, the Nigerian Air Force has evolved to become a formidable fighting force under the leadership of indigenous air chiefs, including the outgoing one, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, under whose leadership several strides were made. These include the training and winging of more than 130 pilots and deploying them to security hotspots, constituting 49% of air combat operations, the training of female combat pilots, and the reactivation of redundant aircraft, among many other strides.
A Nigerian Air Force helicopter. That helicopter right over there, preparing to fly out the outgoing Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Baba Abubakar. Eyes are on the new Chief of the Air Staff, Air Vice Marshal Oladayo Amao, to see what he can bring to the table, building on the successes of his predecessors. Naja'atu Tijani, NTA News.
Thank you, Najah. And please be a special documentary on the former Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Baba Abubakar, comes up at 10:05 tonight. All NTA stations are advised to remain on the network service of the NTA. Let's now join Mina in Enugu for more reports. Hello, Mina.
Hello, Jumai. Good evening and welcome to Enugu. Peace is made. APC Enugu State is now united and a good foundation has been laid as a roadmap to 2023 takeover or win. This peaceful atmosphere brought together all senior stakeholders of the progressive family in Enugu State, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyama, this Monday to revalidate. Comfort Ayim was at the State Party Secretariat and also reports that the Senator Zingwina led a 7-man committee from the National Secretariat to the meeting.
The progressive family Enugu State has concluded plans to take over the leadership in 2023, and the preparatory class for foundation laying informs the stakeholders meeting between the Enugu State APC stakeholders and the registration committee from the national to kickstart membership registration revalidation for members. The senior stakeholders say the journey to 2023 has commenced.
Do you know how people win elections? They win elections by first intimidating their opponents with their numbers and the quality of their numbers. And you have just done that. Let us all come together and we'll start at one step at a time and register as many people as possible.
Registration is to be done at the polling units. It means that as INEC has in each polling unit maximum of 500 people.
Committed to work together. There's nobody that can stop us.
Sacrifice from supporters and sustainability of the existing unity and commitment they all solicit for, with plans to take registration to the polling units at the grassroots.
As they say that unity, united we stand, and divided we fall. So what happened to us in 2019 election will never happen again.
The people have therefore encouraged interested persons from 18 and above to come out en masse to join APC and be part of the change initiative. In Enugu, Comfort Ayim, NTA News.
2,800 women in Enugu State are to benefit from the federal government's special cash grant for rural women program. Flagging off the program in the state, Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Hajia Sadia Omar Farouk, says that the program is part of the federal government's strategy to alleviate the living standard of poor, vulnerable Nigerians. Susan Eze has a report.
Beneficiaries of the 20,000 Naira grant were grateful to the federal government.
I'm grateful that I'm one of the people that are considered today.
The cash grant for rural women program is another component of the National Social Investment Program initiated to reduce poverty in Nigeria. With all of the programs under this initiative, including the monthly conditional cash transfer, the N-Power, among others, targeted at lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in 10 years, Minister, represented by a permanent secretary, Bashir Akali, believes that with complementary efforts of the Enugu State government, the targeted beneficiaries would be adequately covered.
This money belongs to you and you alone. It is meant for you to use in any small business venture that you deem fit and that will improve your lives.
With several federal government intervention programs already under implementation in the state, the Enugu State government received the cash grant for rural women program with open arms.
It's also gratifying to note that despite the present economic struggle and very challenges, the Muhammad Buhari-led administration is continuing with and even expanding this scheme or strategy for enhancing social inclusion.
The program targets over 125,000 women across the country. In Enugu, Susan Eze, NTA News.
That's it from here. The news continues in Abuja after the break.
Arsenal will seek revenge against Aston Villa after their loss to their opponents at the Emirates Stadium last time out. Will they succeed, or will Villa do the double over the Gunners this season? Find out this Saturday when Aston Villa welcome Arsenal to Villa Park on the Premier League Live, showing on the NTA network from 1 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Axis Bank, Babai Jebu, Lipton, and Close Up, in association with Gold.com.
Although social media as a channel of communication is inherently harmless, it becomes harmful and damaging when used without discretion and thoughtfulness. Bad social media users spread rumors and fake news without verification. But good social media users stop, reflect, and verify information before sharing it. Be a good social media user. Stop the spread of fake news. Verify the authenticity of your source and use social media responsibly for a better Nigeria. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, in collaboration with the National Orientation Agency.
You're welcome back. Now let's join Olumide Eguntola on Sports Update.
The Nigerian Basketball Federation has assured Nigerians that the Tigers will soar at the 2021 AfroBasket qualifiers in Tunisia, despite the absence of coaches Mike Brown and Alex Iwora due to official and personal reasons.
We have a rolling belt, I would say, where we can pick and when people cannot make it. But that still will not stop us from having a good show.
In another development, our foremost organizer of marathon and road races in Nigeria, Bukola Olokpade, have set 2nd of October 2021 date for the maiden edition of Abuja City International Marathon, with our telecommunication company and our financial institution set to be partners. In volleyball, Oloru Super Angels emerged champions of the maiden edition of Moro Abdurrahman Abdurazak Volleyball Super Cup Invitational Tournament held in Ilorin with a 3-1 victory over Niger Ravens of Minna at 25-17, 23-25, 25-21, and 25-18.
We are helping these younger ones to achieve their life goals.
The standard is very high, looking at the quality of team invited. 1 or 2 of the teams have actually qualified for the sports festival.
We've taken the volleyball championship down to the local government. That means we are going back to the route where we're supposed to be now. These are our younger ones coming up.
From Ekiti, members of Sports Writers Association of Nigeria, SWAN, join other sports journalists across the country to mark the 57th Nigerian Sports Journalists Day. They used the opportunity to enlighten athletes and officials on the need to always observe safety protocols against the spread of coronavirus, as they distributed stickers, posters, and flyers to further disseminate the message to members of the public.
Do the needful, because only the healthy do sports.
With Sports Update, Olumide Eguntola, NTA News.
The death of former Minister of Information and Culture, Prince Tony Momoh, has been described as a great loss to the nation. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila, and Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, joined other Nigerians to mourn the former chairman of the Congress for Progressive Change, who died at 81. Ruth Aguela puts together the condolence messages.
The Senate President, Ahmed Lawan, has shared in the grief of the family, friends and political associates of the former Minister of Information, Tony Momoh, over his death. In a statement by the Special Advisor to the President of the Senate on Media and Publicity, Ola Awoniyi, Senator Lawan commiserates with the government, the people of Edo State and the All Progressives Congress, where he was a highly respected leader, on the loss. Similarly, the Speaker, House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has described the passing away of the veteran journalist Tony Momoh as a sad development. In a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Lanre Lasisi, the Speaker said Momoh would be remembered for his selfless service to his fatherland. Gbajabiamila said the APC chieftain was one Nigerian who contributed immensely to the development of the party and the country. In the same vein, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed has lamented over the death of one of his predecessors, Prince Tony Momoh, and a chieftain of the APC, saying his demise has robbed Nigeria of a rare patriot and a respected elder statesman. In a statement, the minister said the former minister was a strong believer in Nigeria's ability to surmount its challenges to become a highly respected member of the Committee of Nations. Also, former Lagos State Governor Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has expressed shock over the death of former Information Minister Chief Tony Momoh. He described the late Momoh as a statesman, patriot, and exemplary journalist. In a condolence message by his media office, Asiwaju Tinubu said the late Momo was committed to the unity and progressive development of this country. They all prayed for divine comfort for his loved ones and the fortitude to bear his loss.
And just before we go, please be informed that a special documentary on the former Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Baba Abubakar, comes up at 10:05 tonight. All NTA stations are advised to remain on the network service. And that NTA Network News tonight. Thanks so much for watching. I am Juma Yusuf. Do have a pleasant night.